Hey, welcome back guys. I'm going to be taking you through the full Contagion mode in this video. I'll give you commentary at the start of each chapter, just to let you know what you can expect. If you want full commentary, you have to follow my Platinum Maximum Security Guide, my newest one, where I use all the same strategies pretty much, but it's just on Maximum Security. I've got a text guide as well, which you can follow as well if you want to. If you want to do this or that, or use that for reference, you want to look ahead, look at my text guides. And like I say, at the start of each chapter, I'm going to give you some commentary, just what you can expect for that chapter, and I'll leave you to it. Now, the way Contagion Mode will work, obviously there's two trophies, one for completing Contagion Mode, and one for completing it without dying. That contraband pack I've just discarded, by the way. It's like a bonus. I've sold it, well, I've dropped it even, just for those that don't have it. If you do have it, you can keep it, and you can set the first reforge. Contagion Mode, it's in between hardcore and maximum security in terms of difficulty. Your healing items and your ammo sells for 30% of its normal price in the normal game. And the drops are sort of in between. The drops sort of randomised. You'll sometimes get a hardcore quantity, which is like a very small amount, or you'll sometimes get like a minimum security quantity. The drops vary, and not all the enemies will drop items. Not all of them. And what you'll find as well, unique to this mode, is acid enemies, or the brute enemies, you know, the fat guys, or the security officer type enemies. They can all drop pristine energy converters, which is unique to this. So you'll see me sometimes, rather than drop certain strong enemies out of bounds, I kill them inbounds so that I can potentially get a pristine energy converter from them. And because of that, you'll get a little bit more money here than what you will on hardcore. The upgrade we use, so the upgrade path we're going to take, first we're going to upgrade block break on the stun baton. Then we're going to upgrade damage on the pistol. Then we're going to upgrade damage level 1 on the stun baton. Then we're going to upgrade the ammo capacity on the pistol. And then we're going to upgrade up to the middle tier on all three parts of the grip. So you've got battery recharge, you've got battery capacity, and we've got battery velocity. We'll go for 300 priced upgrades first. So 300 credits on the battery recharge, 300 credits on the capacity, 300 credits on the velocity. Then we'll get the 900 upgrade for each of them. And then after that, you can go for damage upgrade level 2 on the stun baton. And that's pretty much all you need. Anything else completely up to you guys. You want to try to keep your ammo. You want to use it for certain sections. Basically, whatever you see me do in the shops, and in terms of the way we're killing enemies, try to do the same. Obviously, no checkpoints on this, so you can't recharge your battery by reloading checkpoints. You can just wait. Your battery will recharge after 3 minutes, and each upgrade you buy on the battery recharge rate, it will decrease that by 30 seconds. So max upgrade, it will recharge in 1 minute 30, as long as you haven't used it at all. But without no upgrades, it takes 3 minutes. So you might see me just standing still at times. I've tried to edit that out. You know, just cut out sort of the main piece of me standing still. So you just see me standing still for literally like 5-10 seconds, and then it's recharged. But yeah, if you ever want to recharge battery, just stop what you're doing. Just leave the game on for like 1 minute 30 to 3 minutes, depending on your recharge rate, upgrade, and eventually recharge. Obviously, make sure you're in a safe spot when you do so. There's no time limit to this, so it's completely, you know, you're not wasting any time in terms of, you know, the time it takes to do it. Obviously, you're wasting your own time, but you're getting that full battery and making the next part a bit easier, so sometimes it actually does help just to wait for a little bit. Now, when it comes to Contagion Mode and devs registering, if you've got the means to back up your save outside of the game, you can do so. For example, if you're on the PS4 or PS5, and you've got a PSN account, a PS Plus account, sorry, you can back it up to PS Plus. Or if you're on PS4, you can obviously back it up to USB. And then if you do die, you can just restore your save. Because what will happen if you die, the game will save almost instantly, and it auto-saves over your chapter save. Yeah, at the start of each chapter, the game will make a save. There's no manual saves on Contagion Mode. Like I say, no auto-saves. The only time it will autosave is the start of each chapter. So if you do die, you'll go to start of that chapter, but like I say, once you die, the save will be automatically overwritten with that death. So you'll lose the no death trophy at the end. But like I say, the way around it is if you do die, back out, restore your save, which you haven't died on. Or the game does have a in-game backup cloud, but like I say, this is in-game, it's got its own one. So if you're on PS5 for example, you don't have PS Plus, you've got no means to back up your save, you can use to craft on in-game save. Now the way that works is you have to be online, and when the game makes it autosave at the start of each chapter, it will also back it up to Crafton's cloud. Even if you're not signed in with a Crafton ID, it automatically updates to the cloud. Now the way around it, because of course if you die, that will automatically be updated to Crafton cloud. The way around it is before the end of a chapter, turn your network on so that when you complete it and it autosaves at the start of the next chapter, it will also update that save to the Crafton cloud. And then straight after, shortly after beginning the chapter, turn off your network. That way if you die, your death will not be uploaded to the Crafton cloud. And then what you would do then, you would delete your Contagion save in game. So you basically go into Contagion saves, and then you'll quit out, and then you'll turn your network back on, and then you'll go back in game, and once you go in game and load at the main menu, it will download your save from the Crafton cloud. Remember that save which the death is not saved on. Then obviously when you get back into the game, when you load up save, you turn network back off again, and just repeat that process, guys. At the end of each chapter, turn network on, it'll upload it. When you start the next chapter, turn network off. If you die, delete your Contagion save, quit the game, turn network off, load it back up, and then it will download your save from the Crafton cloud, and then resume your save, turn the network off, and continue, guys. I know that's a little bit confusing, but it's the way to do it. If you've got PSN, PS Plus, just do it on the PS Plus server. It's less complicated that way. But the Crafton cloud is just a way to do it, guys, if you've got no means to back up your save outside of the game. Yeah, so chapter 1 and 2, like I say, at the start of each chapter I'll give you just a little bit of an intro, what you can expect, and leave you to it. We've done chapter 1. Chapter 2, not really much to explain. It's just it's still sort of getting you into the game, explaining a lot of controls to you. I mean, you don't even get the gun until chapter 3. But yeah, like I say, you can look at my text guides. I'm just going through it now. Each time at the start of each chapter when I give you an intro, I'm just going to go through my text guide and let you know anything tricky that you might find. When it comes to loot and everything, by the way, I will say we're not really getting anything optional. Everything we collect, it's more or less along our routes, unless it's something near the end of the game and it's like an expensive item which sells for a lot and it's not too far away. Yeah, for the most part we're just collecting things which are along our routes. We're trying to go for the fastest but also the simplest. A sort of nice balance of both. So basically what you see me doing, it might not necessarily be the quickest way, but it will likely be the safest way. So try to, if I do something a specific way, to try to do it exactly the same. You'll see. But yeah, chapter 3 is pretty self-explanatory. Nothing much to it. Obviously with the robots, don't call out the vent too early. If you call out the vent straight away when the robot's still looking inside the room, he'll see you and kill you. Dying in this Contagion mode is very annoying because, like I say, it's Contagion mode. You have to restart the old chapter, and especially when you die in that bloody pipe slide in chapter. Is it chapter 4? Very annoying when you die in that pipe slide. But yeah, we'll cross that bridge when it comes to it. But yeah, I'll leave you to it, guys, for the rest of this chapter. Good luck. Remember, if you're using the Crafton cloud at the end of the chapter, turn your network back on. Once you start the next chapter, turn your network off. What I try and do, I try to remind you about that at the start of each chapter anyway. So it's not really much of a problem. Right, see you at the end of the chapter, guys.
Jacob, can you hear me?
Yeah. How?
Enable two-way comms with your core. You know, you pick up a few tricks when you've been here as long as I have. Right, I see you made it to the left. Just take it down and find the elevator on that level.
Elias, something's wrong with the elevator. I'm heading down, not up.
Damn! That means you're headed to solitary. You can still reach the watchtower. Just have to go the long way. Just be careful. They keep the real crazies down there.
Jacob.
I've known him forever. It was this thing. He attacked me.
You hurt?
No, but I had to kill him. Kill it. What the fuck is going on?
Elias, found the elevator, heading up now.
Good. Now this detour might actually work for us. Look, there's a weapons lockup just past the infirmary.
Good place to gear up.
You'll need to watch out though. Security units are back.
Elias, they can't track us.
Prison systems are breaking down like that elevator back there. Just stay out of their line of sight and you should be able to sneak by.
Black Iron Security Unit active.
Can't let them see me.
No movement detected.
Just stay low.
Scanning for active core signatures.
are you?
Made it through the infirmary. Still looking for that weapons lockup.
Okay, you're getting close. Just keep moving.
Yeah, see you there. Almost there.
I got you. I'm sending in Squad 9.
Come on, see me.
Squad 9 is gone.
Alas, through.
Well done, guys, you've made it this far. Aftermath. So make sure just before you start this chapter, obviously turn your network off. It's uploaded your save to Craft on Cloud, and now you start the chapter, turn your network back off. If you're using the PS Plus save, don't worry, just ignore what I just said. Don't ignore everything I said, just about the Craft on Cloud. So yeah, chapter 3, Aftermath. You're going to get your gun soon. You have to always craft your gun as part of the story. You can't really avoid it. Like I say, you want to keep all your ammo now going forward. Yeah, keep all your ammo. Your ammo sells for, like I say, 30% of its normal sort of retail price. So I think they've tried to make it so it's not beneficial at all to sell it. It's like sort of like encouragement not to sell it. Seems that's why they've made it so cheap. I don't know. But yeah, keep all your ammo going forward. Try not to waste it on enemies, otherwise you'll see you'll get through it too quick. You want to try save your ammo for robots and the 2-head fights near the end of the game. That way you won't have to spend money crafting any, and it just works out much better. Then you can spend more money on upgrades. Yeah, so you have your sneak kill tutorial. You'll kill the first acid enemy. Like I say, the acid enemies, the brutes, and the security officer type enemies can drop pristine energy converters. We're ignoring all the main collectibles, of course, and mostly optional stuff. What you'll find as well, once you get so much ammo, you should stop finding ammo for the most part in normal drops, and you'll actually find more health injectors. Health injectors, they don't sell for a lot, but sell them. They will add up to probably like 1,000 or so by the time you get to the end of the game.
Unit online.
with all those health injectors. Once you are low in health, you will find health gel around, so you don't really need to use health injectors unless you are on very, very low health and you're worried. Yeah, obviously use them then. Yeah, so the first sort of enemies you need to worry about, you know, when you get your grip for the first time, you'll get your grip, you'll grab a gate fuse, and when you go to slot a gate fuse, that enemy will drop down. Try not to kill the enemy there, because if you kill the enemy there, you normally end up having to kill 3 or 4. But what you can do, after getting the grip, grab the enemy, turn around and throw him away from the door. Then go and quickly place a gate fuse, because if there's enemies too close to you, you normally can't interact with something. So grab him, spin around, throw him away, run up to the gate fuse panel, put it in, open the door, then run into the room with the reforge and kill him in the room with the reforge. That way you're only going to have to fight 2 enemies. If you try to kill the enemies out near where you put in the gate fuse, like I say, you normally have to kill 3 or 4, but if you kill them in the reforge room, you only have to fight 2 of them. The normal guy, which drops down to begin with, and the brute, which of course can drop a pristine energy converter. Then after that reforge, after getting the grip, you go down the broken elevator shaft, and you'll have all these sort of hatchling enemies with the tentacles, the egg sacs. Try not to waste ammo on them. You can just grab something and lob it at them to kill them. If you need your battery during that whole section, by the way, you can just wait in between different enemies when you're safe to do so. Wait for your battery to recharge if you want to. But 2 acid enemies near the end. Normally the enemies at the end of that part, you know, after you drop down the elevator and you find all the egg sacs with the tentacles, which I'm talking about. Yeah, the enemies at the end, there'll be 1 acid enemy roaming around. Once you kill that first enemy at the end part, there'll be 1 acid enemy and 2 normal enemies. Once you kill the first one, it spawns a second acid. So ideally, you want to make it that the first enemy you kill at the end of that part is an acid enemy, so you don't have to fight 2 acid enemies at once. And you'll probably see me doing, I try to fight the acid enemies by themselves before I aggro the 2 normal enemies at the far end. That way it just makes it a little bit simpler, rather than trying to avoid acid while trying to kill 2 other enemies at the same time. Just makes it a bit simpler. And then after that bit, you'll reunite with Elias, and then you'll have that sort of massive encounter in the chute area where all the machinery starts up. You've got to be very careful on that bit, because obviously if you run into some machinery, it's going to instant kill you. Then you're going to have to redo the whole chapter. But you see what I do? I stay in the middle, because there's 2 batteries on the floor in that bit. I stay in the middle of that big machinery room, because if you stay in the middle, it's closer when you grab enemies, because your grip, it depends on how long you hold an enemy for. Yeah, the longer you hold an enemy, the quicker your grip will deplete. So the aim is to hold enemies for as little time as possible. That's why you'll see me carefully running in between them 2 grinders in the middle, grabbing enemies, pull them into the middle grinders really quickly, and doing it like so. The enemies should spawn the same way for you as they do for me. I mean, you'll probably forget this, it's mentioned in my text guide, but to begin with, when you're going across on the gondola, you have 2 acid enemies, you just grab them, let go, it'll instant kill him. Then there'll be 1 normal enemy, you can kill him. If you stay out of sight, his AI gets broken, he doesn't see, he just stands there. And then when you put in the 2 gate fuses on the top level, you'll have 2 normal enemies to begin with. Then you have an acid enemy and a brute. Then you have 3 normal enemies, and then another 3 normal enemies. And then that's it. And when you go into the next room where you've got the spiral steps, and you've got that torso enemy on the floor, if you need to loot anything from the previous room, make sure you do so before you interact with the terminal. Because once you interact with that terminal, the door will lock to the previous room and you can't go back and grab any loot. When you go down the lift and you're on the outer part of the ship and you're about to go into the cell, try to kill the acid enemy on the elevator, because if you go too far forward, you're going to trigger another enemy. That way you can kill the enemies 1 by 1. Yep, after the after getting out of the cell and going back in the vent, get through the next bit. There'll be some hatchlings and a few enemies you'll need to avoid and a few critters. Get through them. And then the next thing should be a robot coming up very soon. Like I say, if you ever need to recharge your battery, guys, if you need to pull off a vent cover, you can only do it with your grip. So just wait for your battery to recharge. If I pull it off, because I think the first vent cover on this, it's just before ladder, you're going to make sure you pull it off before coming down the ladder. Otherwise, you're going to have an enemy burst down. And if you haven't pulled off the vent cover before going down the ladder, you won't get time to pull it off and avoid the enemy. That's why I always pull it off before I climb down the ladder. You know what I mean? If you see me pull off the vent cover and climb down the ladder, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But yeah, with the robot, be careful with the robot. It can instant kill you. So you will see me carefully kill the first enemy full of robot. Then make my way around in stealth because I don't want it to see me. And then when we get around there, we carefully just shoot it in the head a few times, get back behind cover, head a few times, back behind cover, and to the steads. And then at the very end of this chapter, you've got that trap, guys. Them two grinders which will slide up and down the room on the track. Just be careful of them. You do not want to be dodging an enemy and dodge into the track. If an enemy spawns when the trap is sort of in motion, just grab the enemy, let go, to sort of stun him for a few seconds and give him a chance for the trap to run into him. And yep, that'll be the rest of chapter 3, guys. So yep, that's basically everything of importance you need to know. Other than that, it's all in your hands. So good luck, guys, and I'll see you at the start of chapter 4. Remember, before you finish this chapter, turn on your network so that it saves your autosave to the cloud.
UJC Printing at your service.
Jacob, you made it. I'm going to open up the maintenance elevator. That'll get you up here, yeah?
Looks like his butt. Another elevator. Can't wait. What the hell? that thing. Elias, I'm in the elevator. I see the shoe. Elias, you there? Elias, can you hear me?
Sorry for not responding. This thing's found a way inside here. Really tearing up the place.
Can we still get to the shoe?
Yeah, but it's on emergency power, so I'll need to stay here and run a manual override. Don't worry. I can get you over there. I'm activating the gondola right now. It'll carry you across.
Unit online.
It's full of those things.
Right. Now you need to find a way to turn the power back on in there.
Yeah, I'm looking.
Shit. The door won't open until the power finishes cycling up. Get ready for a fight. Look for the control room. You'll need to rotate the structure to reach the cell.
choice is yours. UJC Printing. Have a united day. UJC Printing at your service. UJC Printing, the highest quality. Print finished. Executing. Have a united day.
Okay, I did it. Now get to the control panel so you can open that cell.
On my way.
I swear, Jacob, I had no idea who she was.
I thought you knew everything about this place.
Yeah, I thought I did too.
So what now?
Now you're trapped in there until the cell docks, which means I can get on the tram, but you can't.
Figures.
Look, it's okay. I need you to go to waste processing, all right? Contact me once you're there.
Data transfer complete.
Wait, the hell is that?
It's just a little something to help you out. Just trust in the plan, yeah?
Calling the tram now. You're gonna have to sneak out the way you came in. Look for a vent in the far corner.
clearly, Jacob. That vent in the far corner will get you to waste processing.
J9, have a united day.
I made it to the tram. Contact me when you get to the checkpoint. One last thing. There's a trap in there to keep inmates from sneaking out.
Say what now? I made it. I'm at the checkpoint.
Good. Now get to the window. Tell us what you see.
Oh, that figures. Is there anything else you haven't told me?
Look, just get a move on, yeah? There should be a hatch nearby. And, good luck, Jacob.
Yeah, you too.
Chapter 4, Habitat. So if you haven't already, guys, obviously hopefully you did turn on your network just before you finish that previous chapter, and now you want to turn your network off. So start this, just going to do some selling and whatnot, and then reforge. We're going to crack on, we're going to follow the red pipe, get a few items along the way. And the first enemies you need to watch out for is the first room with a gate fuse. Yeah, first gate fuse you find in this chapter.
Make a selection.
Shortly after doing so, and we approach the panel, you have to place the gate fuse inside. You'll see me looking at the ceiling. That's because once you progress past a certain point, like an invisible line, and you've got a gate fuse in your hand, an enemy will spawn on the ceiling, a stalker. You'll see me grab him, then quickly drop him over the railing. We'll slot a gate fuse, then we'll sprint ahead to the corner to kill an acid enemy, which spawns shortly after slotting the gate fuse. But if you sprint over to him straight away, you can get over to him, dodge his initial attack, and then melee him. And it'll crack on a bit more. You come across some critter enemies. Of course, with critters, just grab him and throw them. Don't have any battery, you can wait for it to recharge before doing so. Then after the critters, you'll go through another vent. And you'll climb up a ladder. That ladder, you'll sort of have enemies ambush you throughout that whole area. The first enemy will spawn from a vent on the left in the corner. You can just drop him out of bounds, and next you'll be a normal enemy and an acid enemy. If you can, try to drop the normal enemy out of bounds, and you can just melee the normal enemy, the acid enemy there. Get a pristine energy converter. The chest in that room, remember the room I'm talking about is a big room after the critters, which you'll kill. Yeah, the chest in that big room, you can leave it, because when you loot that chest, it spawns 2 normal enemies and an acid enemy, which you do not want to be fighting. You get through that room, grab the gate fuse. On the way out, you come across another acid enemy and a security type enemy, which you can kill for their pristine energy converters. When you get close to the room where you're going to have the first mutated enemy spawn, there's some ammo in that room, which is always that big control room. There's always ammo in that room. 3 stacks of ammo and a health injector. That's a big control room before the first mutated enemy. Yeah, that ammo is always there. You'll go through there, get quite a bit of loot, and then in that big control room, you'll see me stealth kill the first 2 enemies when you go back there after killing the first mutated enemies. If you're careful, you can stealth kill him, but it is a bit tricky. Obviously, you can't reload on this, so if you mess it up, just try to kill him normally, or you can drop him out of bounds. Just make sure before you start up the control terminal, like I say, this is after the mutated enemy, before you interact with the terminal to start the sort of water draining sequence, make sure you got a full battery, because 3 stalkers are going to spawn, and you want to make sure you got a full battery to sort of drop them out of bounds. But if you do get a spare battery on this chapter, try to keep it for 3 stalkers in that sequence, like I say, after the mutated enemies, because it really helps if you just quickly grab them and drop them out of bounds. But if you do have to kill any stalkers just because you waste your battery too quick, you want to melee them and do snapshots. You can use ammo on the stalkers. It's a good place to use it, otherwise they're a bit tricky. Yeah, stalkers, melee, and use your snapshot, then melee, snapshot. And repeat that. The pipe slide, self-explanatory. Try to just slow down my video if you want. Watch exactly what I'm doing and do it exactly the same. The fans for you, obviously all the pillars are going to be in the same place. The fans should be in the same place as well. So on the pipe slide, where you see me going for the fans, do exactly the same yourself. It should all work out the same, guys. I think it only changes if you reload autosaves, but because you can't, it should always be the same for you. Then of course, after the pipe slide, you got a long corridor with the 4 enemies inside. They're all going to mutate, but you want to try and conserve your ammo if you can, unless you see me using it, because you got plenty. But if you see me using ammo, you can probably spare a bit, but there will be a robot coming up, which you want to save at least 10 ammo for. But yeah, that long corridor with the 4 enemies after the pipe slide. Move forward until you trigger 1 enemy, then move back towards the entrance and kill it near there. Because you do not want to trigger too many enemies at once, and they sort of trigger as you sort of progress through that corridor. So trigger 1, move back, kill it near the entrance, move along, trigger the second, move back, etc, etc. Then obviously you're going to the dome, you want to kill a big robot so you can loot it. Just make sure you can get behind cover before you begin shooting it. Sometimes it will look like you can, and then you move left to get behind cover and you'll get stuck on something and get instant killed. So make sure you move behind cover first before you start shooting the robot. Just make sure you're standing in the right line of the path, that you know you can just move left to get into cover and then move right to get out of it. Like I said, it's nothing worse than thinking you are in the right line of the path and then you hold left and you get stuck on something and get instant killed. So make sure, like I say, you can move left to get behind the cover before you engage a robot. You'll kill the robot, you'll go inside the next room. You go inside there, it's going to go right, you're going to make your way through there. You'll throw some enemies at spikes. There'll be a stalker which will spawn in that sort of corridor, gets filled with like smoke. If you quicken that room, you can just sprint, keep to the right, you can still loot the 2 lockers. Get in the crawl space and the stalker shouldn't engage you. Get the implant, place it, and then you go back into the dome. When you go back into the dome on your way back, try to do exactly what I do there. If you do exactly what I do, that should work out a very similar way for you. You know, if I don't kill an enemy, don't kill it. If I rotate it and drop it sort of at the right side of me, do the same thing. If I grab something and let go, do it exactly the same. That should more or less work the same for you. I think in this actually works a little bit different for me, just because I got sort of bad RNG. But normally in that dome on the way back, you sort of go forward, you grab an enemy in the tree in front of you, you spin around, drop him on your right, you run forward, get through a sort of gap at the end near the far tower, where you can sort of walk in between it, and then there will normally be an enemy just before the fire door. You'll see me grab and let go. That normally kills him for some reason, and it scares the other enemies away, and you can just run up the ramp to the fire door, guys. That's normally how that will work. And when you get to the far end of this chapter, you'll see me just dodge enemies and get straight to the crawl space at the end. Because once you get to the end, none of them previous enemies are going to chase you. Just in that far room at the end, if you do avoid the enemies, just be careful of the fan and that sort of middle grinder. You do not want to dodge into the fan or the grinder by mistake. So just keep an eye out where you're moving. And yeah, that'll pretty much be the end of the chapter, guys. At the end, of course, make sure you remember to turn your network on if you're using a craft on ID. Sorry, not a craft on ID, the craft on cloud, to you know, it's an exploit to avoid any deaths. Yes, make sure you remember to turn your network back on, guys, and obviously we'll turn it back off when we start the next chapter. But yeah, oh yeah, one more thing. At the end of this chapter, your health will get taken back to full. So if you're a bit low in health, and you're at the end of the chapter, don't worry about healing. When you start the next chapter, you're going to have full health because you get your suit back, and of course your inventory space will double. So yeah, good luck, guys, for the rest of the chapter. Godspeed, and I'll see you on chapter 5.
Cycle complete.
see what's going on.
Just got a train and a tank. Then up the ladder to the access hatch. Yes, sir. Just wrapping up.
Should look for that guard.
Please make a selection. Online. UJC Printing at your service. choice is yours. Please operate responsibly. Cycle complete.
Cycle complete. Access hatch open. Please activate landing. Hatch sealed. Beginning pressure check.
Damn thing won't quit. I guess I'm going this way.
Pressure check complete. Releasing.
get through. Copy.
Loud and clear, bruv. Good timing, too. I'm getting close.
Okay, I got eyes on the tram station. I'll meet you there.
Not so fast. See that building oxygen processing? There's a security station inside. You need to get there to lift the lockdown in the dome. Can't dock the tram until you do. Easy, bruv. Just keep trusting the plan, yeah? And keep moving. We gotta beat this storm.
Failures to have a united day.
Online.
Open this door, you bastard!
Please operate responsibly. Cycle complete. Printing for all your needs. UJC Printing at your service. Have a united day.
Elias, you copy?
Jacob, boy, over here.
It's not as bad as it looks. Come up.
You want me to climb that?
That depends. Do you want to get off this rock?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Gotta say, you look like shit.
Yeah, I look like shit, huh? I smell like it too because somebody forgot to mention that I'd be swimming in it.
Told you it wouldn't be easy. But what matters is that you made it, yeah?
No, we both did.
Not quite yet. You're nearly there. Come, give us your hand.
Hurry! Come on! Take my hand! Gotcha!
Once you find yourself lost in Chapter 5, at least we've got our suit. Yeah, make sure you turn your network off if you turned it online at the end of the last chapter to abuse the craft on clouds. So it's a bit slow to begin with. You're going to be outside. You're going to go across our bridge. When you do go across that bridge, you want to make sure you've got a full battery just before you approach the gate fuse at the end of it, because that stalker will appear on the top, and all you have to do to kill him is quickly grab him and let go, and that should kill him, but obviously you need battery to do so. And then the big encounter at the end of the bridge, in the big sort of open snow area, you got 4 stalkers. Try to do that exactly the same way as I do. You'll find if you walk in a different area to what I do, you might trigger enemies which are sort of dormant in the snow. You can't see them even if you turn on high contrast, but they are there. They normally trigger if you walk into a certain spot. So yeah, in that big open area after the big bridge with the 4 stalkers, try to do that exactly the same as me. Walk in the same place, and the camera as well when it comes to triggering the enemies. When you first go in there, there'll be some dialogue. You'll see me stand next to a massive sort of a container of rocks, and you'll see my camera looking at the entrance where we came in, but the entrance where we came in is just on the left side of the camera. Try to do that all exactly the same, stand in the same spot, having the same scenery, the same sort of angle in your camera, because it causes the enemies to spawn in where your camera is and where you're looking and when you're standing. It causes the enemies to spawn in a specific spot, more or less. I mean, it's still a little bit random, but more or less, as long as you stand in the same way as me with the camera, it should all more or less work the same way. And normally when you see that first enemy, you'll move out of the way, you'll grab an explosive canister, lob it at him to kill him. Then you'll turn around, get ready to lob an explosive canister the second. Then once you kill the first 2 stalkers in that big open area, 2 more will spawn, and they should more or less spawn the same way for you as they do for me, as long as you're doing that bit exactly the same. But if not, if that bit does go a bit pear-shaped, guys, just make sure you are ready to improvise. It's a good spot, it's a good thing to do when you begin, when the dialogue's in process before the enemies spawn. Try to just get a few explosive canisters around you like you see me doing, so you can quickly grab them if you need to. But luckily it's not too far into this chapter. But yeah, ideally you do want to try and do that first time, so like I say, just be ready to improvise if you need to. And then once you kill the 4 stalkers, you can let your battery recharge if you want to. So the next enemy will not spawn until you approach that fire door and he knocks the door down. You can use an explosive canister on him to kill him quickly. You'll head in, you'll grab the implant, you'll grab the health injector and the item in there. Then you'll go back out to the other door. That door, for some reason, the enemy that bursts from the other door, he seems to take longer to kill. You see me lob like 2 or 3 explosive canisters at him. But once you killed him, you can head into that door. Like I say, take the same path as me when you're in that area with the 4 stalkers. Then when you get into the tunnels, you'll need your battery for that, your grip. So if you're approaching any enemies which you see me grab and throw, make sure you let your grip recharge before that. You actually see me standing still for probably about 10 seconds as I let my grip recharge at one point. Then you'll get through there. You'll be back outside briefly. Then you'll go inside and you have to kill like about 5 enemies inside. When you meet up with forget a name again. I forget what name is. Yeah, when you meet back up with her, there'll be 3 enemies in there. Just kill them the same way as I do. Lob them in spikes and whatnot. Then you get the riot gun. You get the riot gun. You'll be back outside briefly. Then back inside. That big encounter in the other machinery room where you have to take the implant of the enemy which is stuck inside the machinery. And that starts up like a enemy ambush. You have to take the implant from the corpse stuck inside the machinery. It's like it's required. It's an implant required for key code. When you do that, kill the enemies the same way as I do as well. There's a quick way to kill them. You get like 2 spawn in one corner. You can just pull them into the machinery to kill them quickly. Then you get a stalker. You'll pull him into a grinder. And then you run to the far end and pull 2 other enemies into another grinder. And that'll be them all dead. And then in the last bit at the end, the last enemy encounter, where all the enemies are frozen in the snow. Some of the enemies are sort of lying dormant. And they will trigger if you get too close. You have to take a certain path. But if you want to cheat in that section, you know, just before the big snow, the big sort of snow plough, you can actually turn on high contrast and then you'll see exactly what enemies you need to avoid then. But if you just take the same path as me, you should be okay. And then once you rendezvous with your friend in the big snow plough, forget her name, you're pretty much at the end of the chapter. After that, you just collected things along the way. And obviously, right at the end, when you're falling down, make sure you do that the same way as me. Do not die right at the end when you're falling down. And obviously, once you do complete the bit when you're falling down, pause it right at the end, turn on your network so it auto uploads your save to a craft on clouds. And then you're good to go, guys. Yep, so carry on. Get through the end of the chapter, guys, and I'll see you on chapter 6.
Hey! You out there! Hey, see if you can find something to pry this door open. Those access tunnels lead to the Snowcat garage. I can get us inside. Found anything yet? Come on! Hurry! Before those things come back!
tried to reach Ferris, but...
Damn it. Looks like there's another control room across the way. We need to activate the bulb to open the gate.
Security failed safe. Makes sense. Okay, get over there. I'll man the first switch. Just try not to get yourself killed.
Please make a selection. Cycle complete. Have a united day.
get to the second control room.
Took you long enough. Ready when you are.
On 3, 2, 1.
Okay, I'll pull the Snowcat around. Meet you outside.
You better.
Unit online. Happy United Day.
Escape from this prison. From yourself. Neither is possible. The only path towards truth is found within.
Where the hell is she?
Jacob, get inside.
I can't see anything up there. So,
Don't fucking talk to me.
what's your problem?
Just stop. We're almost there.
Hey, the hangar's the other way.
I know.
Well then, where are you going? Danny! Where the hell are you going? Danny? Danny, where are you? Hey, what are you doing?
This way.
So what were you expecting to find?
UJC bioweapon. Traced it from Europa to here.
To my ship?
I thought so. Control room's just up ahead. Get ready.
As Warden of Black Iron, let me be the first to welcome you to Callisto. I've arrived at an exciting time.
Back there. Why did you do that to Elias?
I was in a hurry. Didn't have time to transfer the data. I need to know everything I can about what's happening here.
But you just ripped it out.
Like you haven't done the same.
Not to somebody I know.
Did you really know him? Or were you just using him to escape? Ship's parked in orbit. I'll activate the remote call down. We can take the elevator in the next room up to the landing deck.
Yeah, that's where we took off from.
Yeah. I know. I'll get the elevator. Look at all these bodies. They're killing everyone.
My guess is someone's trying to cover up what's happening.
This will take a minute. Look around. See if you can find anything.
Almost there.
Yeah. We are.
I couldn't have made it without your help.
I know.
You don't seem too surprised.
About what?
About any of this. Whatever the hell's going on around here.
Saw something like it before. Back on Europa.
Europa? Well, the news report said that was all on you.
UJC propaganda. Things aren't always what they seem.
Kind of like me. And that cargo you thought I was hauling.
Maybe. I'd sure like to think so.
Danny? Danny?
Here we are, chapter 6. You've got a lot of blinder enemies here. Yeah, a lot of blind enemies. Obviously, you want to try to avoid them where you can. So just try to be quiet, either walk in. Depends how close you are to enemies. I mean, to be the absolute quietest you can be, you need to crouch and be on your tiptoes and put your slippers on. That make you mega quiet. Obviously, don't put squeaky shoes on. That'd be too noisy. And if you get any batteries in this chapter, you need 3 batteries for the part at the end. Keep any batteries you find, keep them. You need at least 3. 3 is enough. I mean, you might, if you're bad for your grip, you might use 3. I mean, 4 is safe. You can do it with 3. 4 would be safer. But you do have them 4 chests right at the end. Remember what you can loot. But you need to keep 3 throughout the chapter, just in case you have really bad RNG and you don't find any batteries in the 4 chests at the end, which can happen. I think I've only found 1 in all 4 before. So yeah, just in case you get bad RNG, because obviously on this, if you get bad RNG and you get bad loot from the 4 chests at the end, you can't reload to get better loot. You're sort of stuck with it. So yeah, make yourself through here. Try to do all the sections the same as I do. Obviously, to begin with, you've got this massive, like, 30-minute climb down the shaft. You'll see one part with me where we lob an acid enemy inside some spikes, and then we shimmy behind a pipe, and then we wait for another acid enemy, and we'll watch the acid enemy actually climb into a vent, and as soon as he sort of disappears, you'll see me sprinting. That's pretty much just before you climb up a ladder and get in the room with all the power breakers. Yeah, you'll see me sprinting after the acid enemy crawls into a vent and disappears. Yeah, because if you're quick there, you can avoid all them enemies altogether. But if you're not quick, some of the enemies might spawn just before you get to the shimmy wall at the end. If that does happen, just dodge them and go to the shimmy wall. And you should be good to go. Obviously, with all the blind enemies you have to avoid, sometimes it can be a bit tricky, especially when there's like 10 of them roaming around. If it looks like they're just not going to move away from the path you need to pass through, try to stealth kill a few. But if you do stealth kill any, just be careful. The animation doesn't put you within the path of another. So basically, while you have no control of your character because of the animation, you don't actually have an enemy sort of walk onto you and you trigger them all. You don't want that to happen, because you'll find once you trigger one, you'll trigger them all, and you can't reload checkpoints. You'll be stuck with it, and you'll probably have no choice but to kill them all or dodge your way to the exit, which can be a little bit messy. But yeah, other than that, it's not really much to point out on this. Obviously, you've got the massive transport lift at the end, but as long as you make sure you've got 3 battery ready, you'll be able to kill the 4 sets of 4 enemies, which will always spawn on different sides. But once you've killed all the ones on the left, for example, no more will spawn on the left. And it's sort of random, the order. Like I say, you have 4 on the left, 4 on the front, 4 on the back, and 4 on the right. And obviously you'll have 2 head spawns at the end. 2 heads, you'll see, kill him as I do. Just try to force him back so he falls off the back of the lift. A nice, easy kill. Just careful you don't get instant kill there, so make sure you keep dodging him when he's attacking. And then pretty much at the end of the chapter, guys. Chapter 6 is the last long chapter. After this, you've only got chapter 7 and 8, which are pretty quick to get through. And you're pretty much almost at the end, guys. So yeah, carry on, get chapter 6 done, and I'll see you on chapter 7. Just remember to turn your network on just before you get to the end of the chapter.
The UJC is here for you. Choose an item. Complete. Make a selection. Quality check. Verified. Looks like this will get me to the colony. So Danny's there.
all systems operating within normal parameters. Turn on the generator. Choose an item.
Okay, one to go.
Yes, I'm here. I can hear you. I'm heading to the colony now. I'll contact you once I'm there. Gotta stay quiet for now.
Oh, shit. Be careful.
Too close.
Choose an item.
Operators must wear protective gear at all times. Approaching destination. Now understand clear of the tunnel.
Here we are, chapter 7, guys. Make sure you've turned off your network if you haven't done so already. You can see me doing it now. Yeah, so it's quite a quick one. You've got a two-head fight in this, so all the ammo you've been saving up, you want to use it here. If you don't have enough, you're going to have to craft some. When you're in the sort of shopping area, you'll see what happens. I actually triggered the enemies by mistake, and you'll see I have to end up killing about 5 or 6 enemies, which keeps spawning. Because you'll see when you go to grab the keycard from the corpse on the top level, you can't if you trigger the enemies. So don't do what I do. Don't start walking or running. Just stay crouched almost all the way to the keycard until you get it. Because normally once you got a keycard, it will despawn a lot of the enemies. And then you can be a little bit louder then. You still have to be quiet. But yeah, just be very careful. Be quiet before you get the keycards. And obviously you'll get through that area. When you do go to interact with the lift, after activating it by opening that gate and activating the controls near where the torso enemy is, make sure you are in stealth still when you go to the lift, because if you trigger the enemies, you'll not be able to interact with the lift until you've killed any nearby enemies. And obviously you'll kill two heads. Just before two heads, you'll see when we get to that reforge, just before him, I climb a ladder. Because what happens, that actually, it seems to de-aggro the enemies. Any enemies chasing you, you climb a ladder to de-aggro them. And then you're safe to climb back down and do whatever you need with the reforge. When you are fighting two heads, just be careful. If you take too long, enemies will slowly spawn in. And if enemies do spawn in, just try to focus on them before you go back to two heads. Because what can happen, you can actually dodge an enemy, and then two head can sort of hit you at the same time from behind, and you won't be able to dodge it because it's behind you. And yeah, you can run into trouble there. So yeah, if you're taking too long to kill two head and other enemies spawn in, just try to focus on killing them. There's quite a lot of spikes around which you can use to kill the normal enemies during the two head fight. Then after the two head fight, you'll progress through a bit more, and then you'll eventually get to the fight at the end. The fight at the end, don't bother wasting any ammo, just use melee on him until he's dead, and then escape. And that'll eventually take you into chapter 8, guys.
should head back to the elevator.
Jacob. I found something. Just get up here. You need to see it.
Danny, I'm heading up to the tower now. Danny? Where'd she go? Danny, you there? Why isn't she responding? Getting closer.
The UJC is here for you. Make a a selection.
Danny, you okay?
Got the drop on me, but yeah. This way. I know. They knew a way to reach the surface.
Didn't know you could transfer memories like that.
These implants are wired into the brain. It's like copying a file. UJC required the miners to get a version of what became the core.
So what's it like?
Weird. Like in two people's heads. Why do we have to understand that? Because we were them. Those things. They used to be the bears. The ones who escaped the massacre.
The UJC is here for you. The UJC is not responsible for any defects. The UJC appreciates your productivity.
Gotta find a ladder.
Jacob, look for the clinic. You're getting closer. Through here. Quick.
That was close.
It's freezing.
Can't believe people live down here.
Yeah, well, didn't have much of a choice. Some still don't. That dome.
It wasn't there before.
No, not back then. It used to be the mine shaft. Up to the surface.
Why would they cover it?
Dunno. But we have to cut through there to get back to the prison.
Greetings. I am Dr. Caitlin Marler, and it is my pleasure to welcome you to Arca's Station. We're excited to share with you our findings, the culmination of decades of research.
Who's she talking to?
Not us.
I'm gonna download what I can from here. Meet you inside the dome.
It began with a distress call. The mysterious contagion of accelerated evolution. After securing the site, a lab was constructed. And later, after decades of searching, the prize is finally within our grasp.
My God.
Daddy! Daddy!
That platform will take us up.
Oh, we made it.
I don't recognize this area.
Let's find out.
Prison's running on autopilot. Systems are all shut to hell. Almost got it.
It's the shoe.
The whole prison's infected.
We should get the hell out of here.
Good idea. Warden's signal is still active in the command tower.
Can we make it to him?
Looks like it. I'm getting the door now.
Here we are. Don't bottle it now. We're pretty much at the end. So make sure you turned off your network if you're using the craft on cloud. So chapter 8, you've got a 2-head fight near the start. So hopefully you've got loads of ammo saved up for that. And then you'll go through a sight quad. The sight quad can be a bit messy. The sight quad, your grip comes in very handy in the sight quad. But because the enemies don't all spawn at once, they normally spawn in waves. And as you sort of progress through the area, you'll pass like invisible lines which spawn enemies as you cross them. So what you can do in there, you'll see me, I'll probably be showing you a few ways on how to kill enemies out of bounds. You can drop them onto beds in the sight quad corridor. So you can drop them onto beds, kill them, there'll be some spikes, there'll be more beds. If you want to abuse all that, each time you sort of kill a few of the enemies before you progress too far forwards, you can wait for your battery to recharge. If you want to play it safe, and then once you climb down a ladder in the sight quad, that bit on the bottom, try to do that exactly the same as what I do. You'll see after climbing through the vents, we kill the stalker, but you don't want to open that door connecting that room you're in to the room on the other side where you initially jumped into the vent, because once the enemies get your attention, who you avoided before by climbing to the vent, you'll see they sort of eventually run away and they despawn. Just near where you kill that stalker, guys, after going through the vent. And then it saves you having to kill them too. Then obviously you'll eventually come across another fight of 2 heads. The last fight of 2 head in this chapter, you can make him back up into the fans for a nice easy kill. And then after that, all you've got left is the final boss. The final boss, you do not want to die to him on this. He can instant kill you, so you've got to be very careful. You should have plenty of ammo, as long as you've been saving up all your ammo. Along with a pistol and this riot gun, you should have plenty of ammo. You'll see me use all my pistol ammo on the end boss, and then I have to use a little bit of my riot gun ammo, but not too much. And then the game will actually autosave after defeating the final boss. Yeah, you know that in the escape sequence, the game autosaves there. I think autosaves there basically because if you do Contagion New Game Plus, I don't know why they even put Contagion New Game Plus in it. But if you wanted to, it loads New Game Plus from your save at the end from when you try to escape during the shuttle. And when you did go to escape during the shuttle, guys, don't stand still for too long. You will eventually die. Yeah, if you don't get, there's no timer, but if you don't get to the shuttle quick enough, it will explode and kill you. So yeah, after beating the last boss, sprint straight to the final shuttle, guys. To finish the game, get a Contagion Mode trophy, and hopefully get a trophy for completing Contagion Mode without dying, as long as you haven't messed up your sort of safe reloads and whatnot. And after that should be all the DLC trophies, guys, 100%. If you're still missing any, like Riot Mode for example, or Final Transmission, I've got other guides for them. You can check out the my playlist linked in the description to view my guides for that. We do Riot Mode, all the trophies in 1 hour 20. Riot Mode is very easy, it's quite fun, but it's very easy if you do it in a specific way, because you can use infinite ammo. And of course you've got Final Transmission, where you get your new weapon in, Kinetic Hammer, which unfortunately you can't use in the main game. And after all that, guys, yep, like I say, 100%. Hopefully at this point you should have all the trophies, no more New Game Pluses. I'm assuming you've done Hardcore and Hardcore New Game Plus and got the Arm to the Chief trophy. So yeah, that'll be another one in the bag, guys. A full 100% trophy list covered. Devil May Cry 5 should be in my next big project. We're going to be doing Bloodstained soon. But yeah, Devil May Cry 5. I guess whatever is on PS Plus in August, we'll find out next week. Unless it's spoiled this weekend for us, which I hope. Hope it's been helpful, guys, and any of my other guides for Callisto Protocol, which you followed. Enjoy the rest of the game, almost at the end. And I'll see you on the next one.
Down the stairs. You're getting closer.
Some bad stuff happened here.
it, Jacob. Danny's condition is worsening. You must go faster.
Just hang on. I'm coming.
After 2 weeks in the program,
You're nearly here. Just keep moving.
UJC printing for all your needs. UJC printing at your service. Stand by. Cycle complete. Excellent choice.
powering down. Get inside, now!
The lab. At the heart of the prison. Hey! How are you feeling?
Like something's inside my head, trying to take over.
Hey, just hold on. We'll be there soon. Did you see that?
See what?
Nothing. Elevators ahead. Should get us up to the tower.
So, what happened back there? Last thing I remember is those robots jumping us.
Mahler's helping us get the cure.
And you trust her?
No choice.
Yeah.
What is all this?
Same here.
Data transfer complete.
What the hell? Danny? Danny!
And now you're inside Danny's memories, seeing the truth of Europa. A diluted test sample released from one of our labs. A tragedy that inspired everything Callisto
Here
did.
come! Let me go! Look at it! Look at it! What are you talking about? You see? Do you see?
Jacob, what do you got there? What we got here is none of our business. But come on, we've got a job to do.
Unit online.
save you. Run! Move! Hurry! Just keep going! We gotta get to the escape pods. Almost there! I see the pods!